Hello and welcome to episode 3 of series 2 of Master League Story Mode. Now, as you can see in this photo, we are being managed this season by the Demon Headmaster. Oh no, hang on, that's not the Demon Headmaster. Little 90s children's TV reference there for anyone who gets it. That's a Tim Sherwood passion token in the comments to anyone who understands what the hell I'm talking about. But no, it's not the Demon Headmaster. It's Alex Ferguson, and equally scary, but nonetheless incredibly inspiring and a great manager. So I'm really excited to get going with him, get into some games. We are just into the transfer window. In the last episode, we took a look at the tactics. We worked out how we're going to play this season as a Man United, as a Alex Ferguson type side. And I think we've done that pretty well. We've identified a few areas that we want to strengthen. So now we're into the transfer window. Let's just remind ourselves quickly of the stuff we got done in the last episode. So we sent out 3 scouts. We're definitely looking for some cover, both in right and left midfield positions. And we also are looking for a second striker. We're looking for our Wayne Rooney, really. Someone who can link play, essentially still playing in the 4-4-1-1 or 4-4-2, but maybe slightly more like an attacking midfielder. So hopefully from France we'll come back with something of incredibly high quality there. We also decided to plunder Man United. Now, I think I explained pretty well in the last episode the transfer rules around Master League Story Mode very quickly. It basically means that we can only deal with clubs that our manager, our chosen manager, has a connection with. And obviously the main connection for Alex Ferguson is Manchester United. We also have a little thing called transfer realism, which is another rule. But any of these players I'd be happy to go with, although it would be unrealistic, you know, in real life as it is now, for Martial or maybe Depay or Rashford or Lingard to go on loan to Hull City. I think if we add in the Alex Ferguson factor, we can allow any of these transfers. So we're waiting to hear back on them. We haven't progressed time yet, but any of those 5 would be great. I'd be really pleased with that. We also had a quick look through our team, and we put a few players up on the transfer list. So Mbakani, we thought maybe we'll try and cash in on him. So who else do we put on? We put on Mbakani, McGregor, one of our spare keepers, Klukas, Alex Bruce. There's a lot of players here. Tom Huddleston, not a big fan of him. Maloney, he could go. Mailer. We've put pretty much everyone up. So basically, Sir Alex has come in and he's decided we're starting again. We're taking the engine out. We're stripping down all the paint. We're going to re-sand everything. We're creating a completely new team here. So we're trimming a bit of the fat. We're keeping players in like Livermore. He's a decent central midfielder, and Ryan Mason as well. But we're going to want to do a bit better, I think, in terms of central midfield. We do need a destroyer. That's something for us to look for. So we also took a quick look at the players that fit within the transfer rules for Master League Story Mode. Again, that is players from teams that Sir Alex Ferguson has got a link with. So, for example, Irish players because he managed Roy Keane, who's now assistant manager at Ireland. That's the basic rule. So we went through, we selected the pick of the bunch from all of the different teams and international teams, domestic sides that we can deal with. And we've got a pretty decent list here. We went in straight away for all the Man United players. We're looking for a few loans there. We've got a few sneaky ones as well. Old Bojan Horseman from Stoke. That'd be an interesting one. He's pretty well rated in this. I'm a big fan. I like the look of Imbula as well. The new Patrick Vieira from Stoke. He'd be the perfect box-to-box, sort of more defensively minded central midfielder. He's got great pace and he's a big, strong guy. Juve as well, a player that Ferguson knows well. He might be a decent stand-in centre forward. And then we've got Phil Jones as well. He'd be good. A few other players, Januzaj, Fosu Mensah as well from United. I think we might have a look at him for a full transfer because he's only rated 5.7 million market value. But he looks like he's got a lot of potential and he can play at centre-back and right-back as well. So he'll be good. But we can look at them in a bit. So that's sort of where we are. We need to just keep going now. We need to see what happens as we progress through the transfer window. See how receptive Jose Mourinho, Ferguson's old foe, but in many ways, you know, good mate. They respect each other. How much is he going to let us do in terms of loans from United? So, two types of budget. Yeah, I've got the hang of that now. It's transfer budget and salary budget. It remains to be seen how that affects us. Obviously, it's been combined up till now. It's going to be interesting to see how difficult that makes transfers. I'm not sure yet. Oh, we've received a special bonus, an extra £200,000. And 500 into the salary. That's substantial. Okay. Depay's broken down. Rashford's broken down. Martial, that's a shame. But Lingard and Ander Herrera, that'd be interesting. Let's go and take a look and see how much that might set us back. Okay, Ander Herrera for 1.7 million. He's a good player. I'm not sure if he's a huge upgrade actually on Ryan Mason or Livermore. He's physically not the best. He's not a ball winner. He's not strong. His speed and explosive power is actually quite low. He's a great passer, obviously. Great ball control. I'm not 100% on that. Martial, that's a shame. So what I have noticed is you can continue on negotiations, which is going to be interesting. So we'll see how that pans out. I would like to get Depay. He'd be a really interesting one to get. Martial. But we'll just see what happens. I don't know. But Lingard, he'd be a great right midfielder to bring in. He's quick, good passer. Although we are looking at that in the scout, and that'd be the player that we can maybe spend a bit of money on. So I'm not sure about that either. 3 days later. Oh, we need to be making signings early on. One thing I've learned from Master League Story Mode. Oh, Depay and Martial, we're back in. That's interesting. So the renegotiations definitely do work. I wonder how that'll affect the price. Let's have a look. Martial, oh, 2.6 million loan. That's a lot of money. 3 million loan as well. That's big. I'm guessing that means we won't be able to negotiate anymore. We'll try and reduce the transfer fee. I think that's going to be too much to be spending on a loan. I don't want to be wasting too much time with these transfers as well. Herrera, 1.7. I think that's too much. 800,000 for a season-long loan for Jesse Lingard. He's quick. Good passer, actually. I'm liking the look of those passing stats. Special boost, personal development boost. That's interesting. Also, nice touch, the personality ratings. I don't know how that is going to affect the players, but that's something to monitor. See if we can bring that down. An option to buy as well, although we're probably not going to be playing next season, as this is only a one-season thing. It seems like we can add that in pretty confidently. And a Herrera, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So now might be the time again to go for a loan transfer for Phil Jones. I think that'd be a good bit of centre back backup. Also can play it right back. Oh, we're getting into it now. We're into the 10th day in August. That is already quite far through. I don't want to be taking too many risks here. Okay, so negotiations for Depay. Okay, that's gone well. So, Ander Herrera. I don't fancy him. So I'm going to end that. Martial, that's over. Depay, 2.3 million. That is a lot. That is a really, really big fee. I'm going to hold off on that. Phil Jones for 1.8. Jesus, that's a big, big loan fee for Phil Jones as well. We've got a pretty solid centre-back duo. Maybe we don't need that. I was going to look at Fosu Mensah, so that's going to be too much. I'm not even going to bother going for that. Lingard, 600,000 with an option to buy for 7 million. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to reserve judgment on Depay and Lingard. They're both two good options. One obviously much better value, but Depay has got great speed, great dribbling. He's a decent finisher. Not as good as passer as Lingard actually, which is interesting. Lingard's got some good stats. I think maybe Depay, the speed and the explosive power could be overrating him just slightly. Although maybe the same for Lingard. So let's keep cracking on. We're getting really far into this. We haven't made a signing yet. I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest. I want to be making signings as soon as possible. We're yet to have any bids for any of our players as well. Oh, we're into our first game with that single signing. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, we've had a couple of offers here. Mbakani and Mailer. That's good. Yet to hear back from the scout, which is disappointing. We'll quickly look at the negotiations before we get into this game. So Depay and Lingard, those are the ones we need to decide about. I think I probably would go for Depay out of that, but it depends really on what the scout comes back with. While we've got a chance now, I'm going to put in some bids. One for Mbula. Really like the look of him. We need a central midfield destroyer, and he looks like he could be the one, even though he's box to box. But he's a big, fast player. I think he'd be a good partner for either Mason or Livermore in the central midfield. We're also going to put a bid in for another Man United player, but this time I think on a full transfer for the right back, Fosu Mensah. I know he's highly rated in real life. He can play at centre back and right back. He's a decent passer. Strong and fast. Fan of him. So that could be a good one. Oh, Jordan Rhodes. How great would it be to bring him in? I mean, he might be a good one to put a bid in for as well. We did have a bid in for Mbakani, who I'm not particularly taken with. 11 million for him. What's his market value? Yeah, it's above the market value. That would be pretty decent. See if we can get any more money for him. I'd be happy to replace him with a new striker. And Mailer as well. Yeah, that would be good actually if we can sell him for around 8. Then hopefully that will fund the Mbula sign. Oh, 63. No, we'll leave that. But that's a good 7 million if we need it. We'll also put a bid in for Bojan Horseman. Okay. Time for our first game of the series. Wow, and it's up against Tottenham. This is not going to be an easy one. So, first gripe with Pro V this season. Why change the colours of the arrows around? My brain has become so used to seeing those green arrows. The upward arrows, the downward purple arrows. And now it's gone, it's just different. I mean, I'm sure I'll adapt. So here we are. This is our patented Alex Ferguson tactic. 4-4-1-1. We're lining up. Mbakani up front. Let's check what footed Mbakani is. I'm not sure. He's a right footer. Hernandez left footed. Got Diamandi on the right. He's our weak link at the moment. 63. We've not really got anyone who plays any better there, I don't think. Or maybe Maloney, actually. Yeah, we'll bring Maloney in. He's a right footer as well. He's a decent passer. We've not got any pace down the wings. That's what we need to improve on. Hopefully we'll have Lingard coming in. Perhaps Depay. Mason and Livermore in the middle. That's okay. Definitely could do with a right back. El Mohammadi and Odebeju. Probably not good enough. Robertson. And Davis and Dawson, centre-back duo. I'm pretty happy with that. I would start the season with that without too much of a problem. Looking at the Tottenham team this season. Harry Kane up front. 84 overall rated. He's done pretty well. Pretty well. This is going to be interesting. So let's get into it. So here we are. We're at the KCOM Stadium in Hull for the first game of the Alex Ferguson era at Hull City. The fans, as you would expect, are incredibly excited about this. They would never have thought in a million years that at the beginning of this season they would be managed by the greatest manager of all time. But they are. He's yet to make any signings. There's a few going on, but the Premier League starts today. And it's the squad that we started with. We've got some holes in it. Mbakani up front. He may well be on his way out. But we've got the Alex Ferguson way instilled into this team. It's been trained into them for the last 2 weeks since his appointment in the job. And we want to come out big here, but it's a tricky game to start the season against a strong Tottenham side. We've got Maloney in the right wing. He's not really the player we want there. Definitely needs some new signings pretty soon. It's a strong Tottenham team. Let's see how we get on. So we're off. The game is afoot. The Premier League has begun. How are we going to get on? Robertson straight into Hernandez. That's a nice little bit of interplay. And now Robertson down the line. He's with Eric Dyer. Oh, Snodgrass has let it run past him, but he puts a ball in, looking for Mbakani, gets a head on it, looping header, the hand of Lloris, keeps it out, and now it's Tottenham's turn to break. That was a great start. What a start to the league that would have been. A goal for Mbakani. Ball passed around the box, nice ball into Harry Kane, he turns into Lamella. Oh, great save. Hull City keeper there, sticking out a strong hand. Davis, great header into Livermore. He looks long for the run of Maloney. Can he take this down? He can. Gets the cross in. Oh, dangerous ball there. Couldn't quite find Mbakani. Dawson, another ex-Tottenham player, comes out to meet Harry Kane. Ref says that's a little bit too strong. Got a lot of ex-Tottenham players, actually. I've only realised that now. El Mohammadi putting himself about, but that's nice play from Tottenham. Wanyama spreads it out to Harry Kane. This is good one-touch passing. Wow, that was great. Back to Eriksen, edge of the box. Closed down. Oh, snapshot there from Harry Kane. It's pushed wide by Marshall. El Mohammadi into Maloney. Looks for the overlapping run of El Mohammadi. It's the Alex Ferguson way. That's a really poor tackle there from Rodriguez. The right back overlap exploited early on. Rodriguez goes into the book. And now it's a dangerous position to whip this ball in. Looking for Mbakani. Oh, El Mohammadi was away there. So it's Ryan Snodgrass. What can he do with this set piece? Inward curler with the left foot. Mbakani's there. Doesn't fall to him. Almost to Mason. Kyle Walker manages to get it away. Oh, that's a poor touch from Lamella. Now Hernandez down the line. Good tackle from Kyle Walker. Can't keep it in though. Hull piling on the pressure here. Ball out to Robertson. Gets it down. Early cross in. And McCartney leaps for it. Livermore. Good hit. Oh, that seemed to increase in speed as it got closer and closer to the goal. It was just wide. I know Livermore would have loved a goal against his old club. It was a decent hit. El-Mohammadi charging forward. For the ball into Mbakani. Tongan cuts it out. Mbakani. Great hustle. Back inside. Hits it. Oh, it's out off Rodriguez again. He maybe should have looked for a ball inside. But Mbakani playing with a lot of confidence. Oh, another good tackle from Hernandez. Wanyama, that's a strong tackle. Referee says that is a foul. And it's another card here. Tottenham picking up 2 yellows in the first half of this game. That's good. I'm liking to see the fouls. Davis, good header. Mason, that's a nice turn. Robertson, early ball into Snodgrass, and he's made the overlapping run. It's a great run from Robertson. Can he get the ball in? He can. It's a difficult position for Mbakani, and he's just headed wide. The ball was slightly behind him. He had to rise high in the air and crane his neck to try and get that on target, but he couldn't quite. It's another good overlapping run from the fullbacks. You can tell Alex Ferguson's tactics already starting to have effect. Couldn't get that on target, but it's all Hull still at the KC Stadium. So that was a really decent half. Alex Ferguson's Hull City side coming out, all guns blazing. Really taking the game to Tottenham. Not a single shot on target yet, but we've had a lot of chances. We've had good possession. I think these stats make it look like we were not doing quite as well as we were, but I was pretty happy with that first half. So second half, I think it'll be more of the same, the advice from Alex Ferguson in the changing rooms. We've been taking this game to Tottenham as we should be as the home side. All we need now is a shot on target. And hopefully that is a shot on target that goes in. Oh, that's really poor. The ball's given away to Livermore and he can streak forward into space. Looking for the run of Hernandez. Tries to poke it in to Mbakani. Oh, good defending. Snodgrass gets in there. Snodgrass with the volley. Oh, decent hit there from Ryan Snodgrass. That's a good header inside. Hernandez hits it first time with the left. Oh, it's just wide. Peppering the areas just around the goal so far. Another mistake here from Tottenham. It was a good header inside. Hernandez saw play open up just for a second. So he took a hit at it. It was always curling away. Looking for options here. Plays the ball into Hernandez. Spreads it wide to El-Mohammadi. Looks for the Livermore. Back out to Maloney. Puts the cross in. And Mbakani's there with a header. Oh, he's put it wide. And Mbakani's had so many chances to get his head on that and get Hull City ahead. It was great interplay here. Down the right wing. Ball out to Maloney. Put in a good cross. Searching cross. Carl Walker really struggling there. Mbakani should have finished. Michael Dawson out to El-Mohammadi. Heung-min Son's there with him. But Maloney picks it up. Livermore, that's a great ball. Can El-Mohammadi get there? He can. Fires it into El-Mohammadi. Oh, but Mbakani again. Livermore has it nicked off him, and that's dangerous here. As Harry Kane looks to launch a break for Tottenham. Dawson's out to meet his old teammate. Oh, that's swashbuckling play there from Michael Dawson. Then he spreads it wide to Robertson. Hull City playing really well so far in this game. Robertson looks in early to Mbakani. Good strength there from the centre forward. And he gets it into Hernandez. Can he spread it wide? He can to Snodgrass just about. Snodgrass, the overlapping run of Robertson. Can he put a good ball in? Maloney's there. It's overhit the cross. Here comes the first subs for Hull City. We're pushing El-Mohammadi a bit further forward. Odebejo back on him right back. It's Klukas out onto the left midfield. This really highlights the amount of signings we need to make because there was really no one I wanted to bring on there. Ryan Mason, ball into El-Mohammadi. Oh, he's headed it wide. We've had so many chances in the air today. Late challenge there from Mbakani. He really wants to win this game. He knows he's had so many chances. It's a yellow card. And that's a shame for the centre forward. He's had his chances, didn't take them. And that was a very late challenge. Oh, and it's 0-0. Well, not the worst start to Alex Ferguson's career. And I'm sure he will appreciate all the attacking play and good performances from the whole team really. I think we deserved a win there. It was Mbakani who failed to put away any of the chances, but ultimately that was a pretty good performance. So it was 50-50 in terms of possession, but it's the shots on target that really hurt us. We had a lot of opportunities and a lot of them should have worked, Lloris. They didn't quite, but I'm pretty pleased with that. I think we did pretty well. Lloris, man of the match. I don't know how much he had to do, but Not the worst game. I think it was a good start, a good solid start. So 0-0 to start the season off. We start in 11th place. That's not bad. The only way is up or down. We're sort of in the middle. But what that really highlighted is we need some new players and we need them badly. We were missing a lot of depth, especially left and right midfield. I think Lingard could really do with coming in pretty soon. Ah, the scout's back. That's good. That is really good. Particularly excited by any of them. Let's take a look at Cabela. So, Remy Cabela, ex-Newcastle. He looks to be pretty highly rated in this. He's at Montpellier now. He's a French international. He's not really the standard that we were hoping for. I was hoping for like a really, really great player. But 81 overall. He's quick. He's got good body control. Actually, that's interesting. Yeah, he is quick. He's a decent passer. He can finish. Good dribbler. I think we'll definitely put in a bid for him. No, we can't yet. Let's take a look at these players as well. We were looking for a right midfielder. Morales. A destroyer central midfielder. We do need a destroyer. We've talked about that. Great ball winner. Petros from Real Betis. Yeah, he'd be interesting. Put him on the list. Morales, right-sided midfielder. He can pass. This isn't as good as I was hoping. We were looking for overall rating in Spain. I was hoping for better than that. Jeremy Menez. Yeah, he would be good actually. He's a good finisher. He would work really well as that second striker. Not a very good passer though. No, I'm not pleased with these scouts at all. Hopefully they'll come back with something a little bit better. I think we're still waiting to hear from a few things in the transfer market, so let's keep moving on. Oh God, it's getting really... We're 17 days into August and we're yet to make a signing. This is looking pretty desperate here. Okay, we found a special player. That's a good start. Let's take a look at this. Come on, be good. Inaki Williams, yeah, okay. This guy is rapid, I know that much. He can play in all the positions that we need. He's a decent finisher, 75. Actually decent low passer, his dribbling's okay. 93 speed, 90 explosive power. Good in the air as well. Not such a good header, but he's got a great jump. Only 22 as well. He'd be a really great signing. Definitely got to put in a bid for him. We can't do anything yet. What are we waiting for? That's better though. Better from the scouts. Let's keep things moving. I'm getting a little bit tetchy here. I'm getting a little bit nervous. We're taking too long about this window. Okay, we've had some replies around some of the key players that we've been looking at. And Bakani, 13 million. Well, he didn't really prove himself to be the sort of striker that we want in that game. He's 31 years old. I think we can probably do better. Let's see how much Bojan's going to come back for. Bojan, 12 million. So that could be a straight swap for Bojan. He's good if we want a player who can play as a second striker or a centre forward. Mbula, 15 million. Okay. So that seems like quite a lot. What I would like to do though, if we can, is maybe trade him for Huddleston. What do they think of that? 61% down to 9 million. That would make him slightly more affordable. We'll give that a shot. Okay, let's keep things moving. We just need to get some of these transfers out of the way so we can put in bids for Cabela and Inaki Williams. Oh, it's going so deep. We're going so late in the window. This is not ideal. Okay, we signed Lingard. At least we're off the mark. We've had some bids in as well for Al-Mohammadi, Maloney. That's good. So just to end this episode off, we'll take a look at some of the bids we've had in. So we've got a potential 13 million for Mbakani. I want to know whether you think I should sell him. He didn't have a great debut, did he, under Alex Ferguson? He missed a lot of chances. He's not getting any younger. I think we can probably bring in another player. We could bring in Jordan Rhodes as cover, as well as maybe Inaki Williams. And we've got Hernandez as our first choice striker. Davis, we don't want to sell him. He's part of our centre-back duo core. Mailer, possibly let him go as well. We would need cover there, but that could be Mbula. But then if we're going to sell Huddleston, maybe not. 5 million for Al-Mohammadi. Again, we've got other options to bring in there. Let me know what you think about letting him go. Maloney for 4. That's surely a no-brainer. So there's a little bit of money. We can start building up that transfer budget. Let's take a look at the players that we're potentially going to buy. I want to know what you think about Depay for 2 million. I think for me that's probably too much for a loan. Although he is a very, very good player and we're not necessarily thinking long term here. This is Alex Ferguson coming in and as he does, not really giving too much of a thought as to what he's leaving to the next manager. His final season. No, sorry, that's harsh. So we could bring him in. I think Bojan at 12 million might not be great value. Mbula, 8.3 million with Tom Huddleston. He's definitely an improvement on Tom Huddleston, being in that he's quick and explosive in central midfield, and he's also a big presence in the middle of the park. Good to have alongside Mason and Livermore. Jesse Lingard, we've already signed him. I'm pretty pleased with that. It was an early one, 600,000 for a good, solid right-sided, potentially backup striker as well. Then Fosu Mensah for 5 million. I think we can all agree that's probably a pretty decent bet. So, yeah, let me know what you think about all of them. I'm thinking if you've got any suggestions on players or teams that we can deal with using the 6 degrees of Sherwood rule, I think I've explained well enough. If not, then refer to the last episode when I did. Then please let me know in the comments. Should we sign Depay? Obviously, we're going to put in bids for some of these scouted players as well. Inaki Williams, Cabela, maybe as a second striker. And then who else do we look at? I mean, what other areas do we need to strengthen? Right back, Fosu Mensah, bring him in there. Right side of midfield, that's now Lingard. Be good to have a backup for Snodgrass. Maybe that's Depay. Inaki Williams. Hernandez can definitely play as a centre forward. That is his best role. He's a good finisher at 78 and he's quick as well. So I wouldn't be too bothered about having him as our main choice centre forward. Although maybe a purer goal scorer would be better there. So if you've got any suggestions, then let me know. I'm pretty happy with the central midfield duo. Bringing in Mbula and we're strong there. Centre backs, decent as well, and Marshall in goal at 76 will probably do. So we want some strength in depth, absolutely, and we can afford to let go Maloney and Huddleston. So hopefully we get some bids in from other players as well. So I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the first bit of action, the first real gameplay of the Alex Ferguson Hull era. It was a 0-0 bore draw, but I think we showed that Hull City are not going to be pushed around this year, especially not at home, and that's the sort of thing that Alex Ferguson inspires in a team. I think we were direct and we were attacking and we imposed ourselves on the game, and that I think is an indication that our tactics, the Alex Ferguson tactics, might be working. But we'll see in the next episode when we're up against Sunderland, and then we've got only a week until the end of the window, and we also get the excitement of dealing with the new transfer deadline day stuff, which I've not had a chance to do yet. That's going to be interesting. So hope you enjoyed that episode, and I will see you in a bit.